Good morning, Salon B here, and today I want to talk about the most disrespected person in America is the black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman. I found that quote because I wanted to do something. I was surfing this morning on YouTube. It's what I do all time because a lot of YouTubers interest me. Even though I don't assign to a lot of channels because I'm already subscribed to a lot of channels as it is, but I'm always looking at people's channels. I'm learning, and everybody interests me on here no matter what it is. It could be the animal channel, it could be this, that, and the third. This is, I get to see everything on YouTube. It's like traveling. So I'm subscribed to Toxic Diamond, and I was on her channel, or I saw, no, I was scrolling and I saw that Meat Magazine had called her a hippo, and he put a big hippo in the thumbnail and was calling her fat and talking about her and saying how trash her channel was and how she kept harassing him and stuff. And she was trying to get him to promote her channel, and she was a viewer of his for a long time, and she would leave comments about what she think about his commentary. So he comes back and he starts being real nasty. He's talking about her weight and stuff like that. And I see a lot of this on YouTube, and it's a big problem. I see a lot of black men on YouTube who disrespect or call themselves critiquing black women, and who call themselves pointing out dysfunctions in the black community. But when they point it out, they never talk about the crime bill that Clinton signed, that they put a lot of black men in jail, which took them out of the home. They don't blame Bill Clinton or Hillary Clinton. They blame the black woman for this. They blame the black woman for being on Section 8, which is a part of the crime bill. They blame the black woman for this, but don't blame the liberal politicians that actually implemented this law. And I don't get it. I don't understand, how are you going to talk about things that need to be corrected in the community, but don't talk about the laws that actually are the outside forces that cause the separation of the black family. The black family has been separated for years and years and years and years due to politicians and these laws. But they don't look at it like that. They just look at the black woman as the cause of it all. And I'm like, can we get some educated people who actually know the law, who actually can talk about why this is like this? Now, I watch Afro Synergy T West because he's not disrespectful. I like him because when he does touch on the fact that a lot of black women are participating in abortions and stuff like that, he's not disrespectful about it. You know what I'm saying? He's not talking about the hair weaves and consumerism, because that's really what that is. Black women who like to wear weaves and all of that, that's consumerism. That's what they like to buy. I mean, whatever. But I just see incorrect ways of fixing community problems. And indeed, we do need leadership, but we don't have leadership because the way the men call themselves leading and call themselves correcting the black woman. And most of the problems we have is due to the laws that politicians made up. So why aren't y'all calling that out? And why are you just blaming the black woman? Now, another subject that pisses me off, when they try to have a conversation about a woman who has more than one baby daddies and stuff like that, and they don't really get into mental illness sometimes, because I know I have a family member right now that has maybe 2 or 3 or 4 different baby daddies, and she's actually schizophrenic. So women that do this, it might be something going on upstairs, that maybe have more than one children's father. I've noticed that a lot of women that are like that, there's something going on upstairs. And they also have a background of abuse, like sexual abuse. So when you're talking about these subjects, none of these black men or these brothers that are trying to call themselves helping out sisters by calling out their problems, but not correctly addressing these issues like mental illness. A lot of women who have sexual abuse and mental illness problems in their families are prone to promiscuity, prone to having more than one man in their life, prone to having multiple children by multiple men. This is a mental problem. Just like the man who has more than one child by 4 or 5 women at the same time. If you look up cheating, I found out that people who have ADHD or attention span problems, these people are prone to cheating. And one man found out he had ADHD because he was cheating so much, and he was getting bored with his relationships and his concentration wasn't there. So he was cheating a lot. And this is where all of that is coming from. Mental illness plays a part in when a man cannot keep his penis in his pants. Okay? Because that is not, a man that's healthy and normal does not do all that. He does not go around spreading his wild oats with every woman or every Susie Q that he sees. That's actually a mental problem. And then we also have sex addicts running around here who have sexual addiction problems, drug problems, which we do have a drug crisis going on. We do have an opium problem that is ravishing the Caucasian American world as well as the black community. And we choose to blame that on each other. How is that? And I don't understand that these so-called black men on YouTube who do not have psychological degrees, but they want to talk about black women's problems. I think that only black women should be able to talk about black women's problems. Not a lot of black women talk about black women problems because they have problems in their self, or either they just don't have the time to talk about that. But my rant for today is when he was Meet Magazine, when he was talking about Toxic Diamonds, he was calling her a bitch. He was calling her fat. He was just being very disrespectful. Instead of just saying, look, I don't want to promote your channel, please stop messaging me or whatever. He didn't do that. And I am really getting sick and tired of scrolling on YouTube and seeing all the disrespect among black YouTubers. I don't understand. I don't understand why y'all don't understand that there are outside forces that have caused the destruction of the black community. I was raised from 5 years old and taught about the destruction in our community. And half of the destruction is our fault because we continue to debase and degrade each other. We continue to hate each other instead of love each other. And if we're going to talk about black women issues, how about allow the black women to talk about their own issues? And how about when you're talking about black women giving birth and getting pregnant, they talk about it as if the black woman is able to get her own self pregnant. First of all, pregnancy and giving birth is a spiritual thing. It has nothing to do with humans. Humans are only a vehicle for a child to come here. The mother is the vehicle, but she is not God. And the reason why she's not, because if she was God, she would know when she got pregnant how many children were in her womb and what sex the baby was. We cannot determine that because that's God's doing. So for all of you running around saying that these women are producing children by different men and da-da-da-da-da, we don't control that. We don't control birth and death. Only God does. So when I hear people talking like this, I'm like, this is a idiot, because only God can create children and bring them here to this realm of reality. Okay, the woman is just the vessel. The man is just the vessel. Okay? You are not creating children. You may think that you are, but you're not. Only God creates children and insert them in our wombs. If you go to all spiritual books, death and birth is a spiritual thing. It has nothing to do with the human. The human is just a vehicle, okay, to express God's will. So I am so tired of the disrespect, and I'm tired of the ignorance. When you address a problem, you address the problem by seeing what causes the problem. The black woman is not causing her problems. The black man is not causing his problem. It's caused by the government and the outside forces of you all. So why are we infighting and blaming each other for something that we have no control over? I don't really understand this madness. I don't understand the ignorance, but I wish, oh God, I wish that the shit would stop. Because I'm tired of seeing the disrespect. And when Meat Magazine was talking to Toxic Diamond, he was really nasty and disrespectful to her. And all my life, I've just seen, with family and everything, black people disrespecting each other. Black men disrespecting women. Black women disrespecting men. I can't stand that shit. I can't stand it. I can't stand to watch it. I can't stand to watch anybody who even goes in on a black man or a black man goes in on a black woman. I can't stand that shit because I was taught to love instead of hate. I can't stand it. Now, if you're going to talk about problems, talk about them in honesty and in its entirety. Who is causing the problem? The people are not causing the problem. We may participate in everyday life, but there are outside forces that are causing the problems in our neighborhood. And we know that. This is why Donald Trump and all this voting and everybody in an uproar about Trump being in office, because they were tired of the last 8 years of not getting anywhere and nothing but problems, and the wealth and everything going into foreign countries and immigration. Immigration has tarnished this country because they have brought over other immigrants to replace African American people. And then now, and since 2008, when Obama was in office, African Americans' jobs were gone overseas, or either the immigrants were coming here taking the jobs, and you had a lot of black men who didn't have jobs because the immigrants took their jobs. And then you have black men that want to continue to keep the floodgates open and allow immigration to come in, not understanding that when you allow an over excess of immigration, you are causing a refugee problem. And the refugee is the black man and the black woman who cannot seem to get a footing and get strong, because every time you do get strong, the government and the politicians make laws to tarnish your community, but yet and still you're blaming each other. That's like, being on a boat and the water is actually sinking the boat, putting holes in the boat, and you and the black man are on the boat and y'all fighting amongst each other, and it's not even your fault the boat is going down. It's the outside forces that's causing the boat to sink. Like, wake up. And I suggest for the black women on YouTube, band together. We got to make a network and band together, because what has happened also with the media works like this. They are advertising and pushing consumerism. Okay? Businesses have to sell products. So the media uses that to program you and tell you what to buy. Okay? So we're talking about, I see a lot of people talking about swirling and dating outside their race. People are dating outside their race and all of that because when you look at TV, okay, in the 80s, 90s, 60s, 70s, the standard of beauty was blonde hair, blue eyes, whatever. So when the media promotes something, the first thing they promote is sex to males. So when you see a lot of black men dating outside their race, I think that's caused by the media. The media is promoting black women with white men now. That's a media thing. Another outside force that's promoting this stuff. So I find it mindless and stupid to focus on why people are dating outside their race. They're going to do that regardless. Okay? But it's all on media mind control, the laws which have tarnished our community. Everything outside of us is what's causing this. And we refuse to band together. And I understand a lot of us are not going to be able to band together with some of y'all because some of y'all are corrupted. So I understand that some of us are not going to band together with the corrupted people. So the people that are not corrupted, band together with the other people that are not corrupted and stick together and form a wall and keep out the ones that are disrespectful, don't want to have respect for their own kind or respect for anybody, and will get up on a platform and talk about somebody and degrade them in front of a million people because people are watching. And how you treat each other is how everybody else will learn to treat you. And it seems like the black female on YouTube is getting disrespected a lot. And I don't like it. I think the shit is stupid. And I think that it's coming from a mass form of jealousy and a mass form of resentment because of what happened to a lot of black men. They are just now coming out of jail because of that Clinton crime bill, and they feel like the black woman is getting ahead because not a lot of things happen to She didn't have to go to jail for selling rocks and cracks and stuff like that. A lot of black women didn't go to jail for that. A lot of black women have education now. And the black men are behind because of that crime bill. And I feel like you all are blaming a lot of your condition on the black woman because the black woman is not as hurt as you guys are, and a lot of y'all are hurt from things that's going on in your personal life, that certain people in your personal life done to you, so you take it out on random other black women. And I don't like it. I think that shit is it's genocide to me. And I feel like you need to learn what the problems on the outside caused in the community and stop blaming each other, because there's outside forces is the reason why our community is like this. And if you don't understand it, you might need to take a look at history and understand. Okay? Now, I myself on this YouTube, I've been here for a year, and I just started making content because I'm tired of the negativity. And I'm like, okay, maybe I can make a change by being positive and doing positive things and try to talk about trending things as well. But I don't like to see black women disrespected. I don't like that shit. I don't like it. I didn't even like it in my 12-year relationship with my children's father. The way that he would talk to me, I didn't like it. So I left him. And I was like, until you respect me, we gonna always be against each other. Until you learn how to talk to me, we gonna always be against each other. Okay? And I'm not going to say that I was Miss Goody Two-Shoe, but I was taught how to talk to people and treat people right. And a lot of people have to understand that we have to start looking at a lot of people on these platforms that want to teach us. We got to look at their raisins. If they've had a raisin where they've had a disrespectful father or a disrespectful mother, and we see them disrespecting other people, we have to understand that the apple does not fall too far from the tree. Okay? It does not fall too far from the tree. We have to understand that. And we have to understand also, too, that a lot of us take a lot of abuse because a lot of us come from abusive families. Okay, we've been through a lot in our community. The black community has been through a lot. A lot of our families were disrespected, so they disrespected their children. You know, a lot of us have been left to fend for ourselves. Our parents have given up on us. I mean, a lot of things have gone on, and a lot of people that are on YouTube are looking for a group where they can be accepted. And I feel like you can't find that on YouTube because of all the disrespectful people that get up on a platform and call themselves educating somebody, but they're spewing disrespect and hatefulness. And that when you try to give out a message, if you're disrespectful, that clouds the message. And a lot of y'all are clouding the message, and people are not getting it. All you're doing is getting people to unsubscribe from you because you don't know how to treat people. You don't know how to respect and love people. You don't know what that means because you probably come from a disrespectful family. So this rant today is just, I don't like to see black men disrespecting black women. I don't like to see black women disrespecting black men. I don't like to see that. I like to see respect on both ends, and I wish that we would get to that point. So just tell me what you think about the things you've seen on YouTube and what you don't like, and let's talk about how we can do better. Some of us can start channels today doing better than what we see right now. We don't have to put up with this. And I feel like the channels that are disrespectful, they need to be flagged and removed, because we got to clean up our houses and we got to clean up our community, and we can start right here by respecting each other and by finding a group and building a wall to keep the disrespected people protected, and keep the ones that like to disrespect, keep them on the other side of the wall and stop them from getting money. Because if you're going to go around disrespecting people and hurting people, you don't deserve to make a living, and you don't deserve a voice either. So tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe. So long, be. Have a great day.